Ego. What ego is a self-construct of an idea of who we are, not necessarily based on reality itself. Many times what we think we are is based on trauma of early childhood or even prenatal. I mean, these types of trauma can be experienced even in utero. But most profoundly in the early childhood development, there are certain aspects that are traumatic. Even if someone doesn't have an abusive childhood, still the process of being born itself is a certain trauma to the child. You know, the child comes out of the womb and all of a sudden has to breathe. I was like, why do I have to breathe? What is this trauma of having to actually, you know, and now I have to eat with my mouth. And so these can even be considered trauma. And how we deal with these things leads to a sense of self. That sense of self may or may not be accurate. And to the degree that it's not accurate and leads us to a false perception of reality, this would be referred to as the ego, or the negative aspects of the ego. There's also parts of the ego that are positive aspects, the desire to come to know, the desire to act appropriately in a way that is harmonious with other people. These are the higher aspects of ego. And at this point, one could say it's self-awareness. We are aware of ourself as being separate from the rest of creation. So this is our self-identity and what is referred to as the ego. The Sufi wants to come to a place where the ultimate understanding of our place in reality is experienced. So that's why normally one would say, well, the ego is something we want to de-emphasize, and our self-actualization and understanding of reality itself is what we are trying to get closer to. So in that sense, that's what ego would be.
Is ego a bad thing or a good thing?
I think the question of ego being good or bad is subject to our life experience. Like there are higher aspects of ego and there's lower aspects of ego. The lower aspects of ego we would associate with things that would take us away from the understanding of reality, and the higher aspects of ego would be things that take us to a clearer understanding of reality. So that's personally how I view it.